Dunkleberger. We talk about Bill a lot on the show. Out here at Blue Ridge Technologies, just north of Atlanta. And Bill, what an impressive location you guys have. We're here in your room where you do all the testing of the controls and stuff like that. So, buddy, man, hey, thanks for taking a few minutes to see me.
Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Well, man, hey, and the Controltrends community, on behalf of the Controltrends community, thank you so much for your platinum sponsorship again. Blue Ridge has come on as a platinum sponsor, and thank you so much, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you for inviting us and having that great group for us to talk to and participate in.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I think Bill's got a little event going on before down at the Cavern Room. So, hey, if you're nice to this guy and reach out to him, he'll probably invite you in for some hors d'oeuvres and a cocktail if you get there early. So,
we'd love to see the community come. Once again, it'll be a party.
It's going to be a party for sure. For our viewers out there who might not know, tell them about what Blue Ridge Technologies does.
Controls.
Controls.
Well,
speak about that. You approach it a little bit differently, though, right?
That's right, because we come at it from the lighting end of it.
Now, you're an old controls guy. You started at ALC. You worked your way up. We're president of that company. We've told the story a bunch on Controltrends about you, sort of your sort of rise, if you will, in the controls business. So, what does it do for you guys looking at controls from the lighting perspective as opposed just from the traditional BAS side?
It's a different take, but it's like repeating history.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Say more about that.
If you think about it, back in the 1980s, early 1980s, late 1970s, and I'm really dating myself now, but there was this thing called energy management.
I remember.
And there were these things called controls, and it was called ATS, automatic temperature controls. But there wasn't any DDC yet. And the microcomputer was coming on, and electronics was getting smaller and smaller, and there was networking starting to happen. So you had pneumatic temperature control systems, you had energy management systems, but you didn't have DDC. And that's where I came on the scene in the industry. And there were always, they were competing with each other, because there was always, even with computers and pneumatics, there was overlap. Who turned it on, who controlled the schedule, and the guys who made computers and did networking and did energy management didn't know anything about controls.
Yeah, remember, so you'd save $1,000 on energy and trash a $250,000 chiller, right?
Exactly. So there was a real need, a practical need for them to meld or to merge. And it wasn't very long until you got to the mid-'80s where microcomputers or single board computers were controlling directly HVAC. So that's where DDC comes from, direct digital control. But even then, you generally didn't control the chiller because, like you say, it's a big $250,000 piece of equipment, and you were going after the air handlers because it was too expensive to control boxes. And pressure independent boxes really weren't in vogue or in use then. So now you're controlling air handlers, some package units, and as the cost of electronics goes down and as innovation goes up, voila, you're controlling the whole chain of HVAC. But it's also interesting, and it's kind of a long explanation to how you come into this, but you'll see it. You and I were talking about it before you turned on the camera today, that there was a number of years where VAV boxes were a separate system from the control system.
Right.
From the primary HVAC system. So you had air handlers on this side, and you had VAV on this side, and then maybe some chiller linkage.
And never the three should meet.
No, there were gateway. That was where the term gateway was invented in this industry.
Okay, I got you.
So you had to have these gateways to bring it all together, and you had to have networking experts and things. And here we are today, where that's pretty much seamless.
Except for lighting.
Except for lighting. Lighting's treated differently. Lighting, because building automation systems, BAS, was founded in the HVAC domain of the building. It progressed on a similar pattern, but I would call it somewhat challenged.
Yeah.
Can't use the terms today that you could before.
Yeah, be control politically correct, right?
Yeah, that would be control politically correct. So it It was control challenged, and if you look at the lighting industry, even today, it's 2016, about to be 2017. Still, the primary control was invented over 130 years ago, and that's the snap switch. It's the most ubiquitous. It's still being used now. There's nothing wrong with it. What works, works. It has its place. But then you get into, if you travel to depends where you live and what your perspective is. If you live on the East Coast with our energy code, I think we're still at 2009 primarily here on this. So you got to have some occupancy controls. And on the West Coast, they're way out. They're far out, like they always are. They're advanced, and they're doing daylight harvesting. They're doing level control, occupant-centric building controls. The code.
Yeah, well, and I think they are, and I think that they've got so many energy mandates out there, which seems to really be driving it out there. But now from the lighting side and the DDC side, what's it cost in terms of efficiency? The fact that lighting's in a different division than the controls.
Well, let me drop back.
Yeah.
I dropped the whole line there in that. So it's been chugging along. Automation in lighting has been there.
Right.
And so, like I was starting to say and didn't get the job done, it was in 2016, almost 2017, though, they're mostly proprietary systems.
Okay.
So when you choose one, yes, they work. Yes, they have high quality. Yes, they have all the yeses you want. However, you have to use all their stuff. It's not exactly open all the way across the platform.
And you guys are different.
That's where we're really different. We believe in open systems, open devices, open standards, and open distribution.
Fantastic.
Just all the way down the line. So
you can play with anybody.
We play with anybody.
You're like the most popular girl at the dance.
I wish. That's our place where, for right now, and where BACnet is kind of the hub of at least North America, and it's spreading everywhere. It's given us a common protocol.
Yeah.
Common transport layers, and so there's some standardization that allows us to interop without having to collaborate too much.
Right.
As manufacturers, and there's a set of rules. We all live up to it, and it'll work. And consistency and uniformity in delivery is one thing. There are a lot of smart people out there, and many more smarter than I am, who could deliver a rocket ship. But it's the level of complexity. What does it cost to do that? So you wanna bring this down to the lowest common denominator. You want to make it easy to do.
Right, but Bill, it just seems like the way we've always done it isn't, and there were reasons why we did it the way we did, with the lighting being in a different division. So, I get that, but in 2016, if you could rewrite how things were done today, ideally, if you're an owner and you want to dictate how your system's going to be delivered, your overall system, because you guys talk about unified control, unifying all the controls together, but it's almost like, for me as a distributor, and I know for a lot of the contractors, you have to jump through hoops to make it happen. So how should things change in your opinion?
My opinion is, and I have a more holistic view of this. I'm not just coming at this from the lighting side.
Right. Oh, I know.
I'm coming at this from, I told you, I'm a controls guy.
Right.
I think controls belong in their own section, and they have it now. It's 2500, specialty section. It should be, when you're in the contracting chain, you need a seat at the table. A lot of people, we've said it, but I've heard other people saying it nowadays, you need one throat to choke. It makes a difference in delivery.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Responsibility, communication's more efficient,
Right.
Whatever. Are you telling me that the sophistication of control systems today, that the people who manage those things, project management, can't sit at a general contractor's table and represent best interests of everyone?
Right.
So that's why you have a sub-sub, is because you're trying to be more efficient. You don't want another person at the table, but you're getting their markup.
Right. Right.
Are you getting their expertise?
Probably not. That's the way it's set up now.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So to solve our problem, to get there, I think first thing is just lighting should be considered. Controls are controls. That's the first decision, okay? no matter what it's controlling.
Right.
There's going to be someday, and it's being done now, it's just we don't talk about it because it's in fenestration, doors,
Right.
windows. A lot of them are automatic.
Right.
But
right.
they don't come in. They're under their own specialty too.
Well, you guys are right at the hub of it, Bill. And I tell you what, we're hoping to get Bill to do a Control Trends People because he's got a great life story. So there'll be a lot more for Bill. But Bill, your company is up for several awards: Innovative Product of the Year, Lighting Solution of the Year. You guys are up for Best Tech Support Company. You're up for Executive of the Year and the PID Award. And you have, let's talk a little about your tech support, because you also have a young lady who's up for Best Technical Support Person, Small Manufacturer. So talk to me a little about your philosophy on tech support, and then would love to meet this young lady if possible.
Okay. Our philosophy is be there for the customer when they need you.
Right.
Not when it's convenient, not when your published hours are, but when they need you.
Yeah.
And the thing we're trying to do better, and it's a focus for 2017, is to build better tools, make it easier to put in, more diagnostics. This shouldn't take, again, I'll say it again, it shouldn't take a rocket science to do this. It is straightforward, but that's one of our focuses for 2017. Now, on the other hand of it, to offer great customer service to great people, you got to have great people.
Yeah.
And Christie's good people. She's, much like me, has started, there on the ground floor, and as being an intelligent and a go-getter, has learned the business from the ground up. And I can't say enough about how much she cares about her customers, how much she cares about her coworkers, and the amount of time and effort she puts into not just technical support, but getting better, about studying, about
Doing a lot of stuff on her own time.
doing a lot of stuff on her own time to learn to be
Yeah.
better. She's, I hate to say it, with her, almost in the room now, but she'll get a big head, She's almost
Yeah.
the perfect employee.
Nice. So it's raise time, right?
No, me being who I am, that's not going to happen.
Well, let's bring her in. If you don't mind introducing her, Bill.
No, let me go grab her and pull her through the door. She really does want to do this,
All right. Well, let's bring her in. And all right.
So the voice, everyone wants to see the face.
Everyone wants to see the face. Here she is. Hey, Christie,
Hey.
Eric Stromquist.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And hey, say hi to the Control Trends community. We're talking with Christie ONeill from Blue Ridge Technology. Christie, you were nominated by the global Control Trends community for Best Tech Support Person, Small Manufacturer. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you told me off camera that you watch Control Trends a lot. So if you want to say hi to Kenny, all the girls like him.
Hi, Kenny.
There you go.
That's perfect.
And well, listen, thanks for taking a few minutes to speak with us. I had the pleasure of sort of listening to you out there. Our people rave about you because we're a Blue Ridge distributor, and you do great work. So congratulations. And first question is, well, how did you get in the industry?
I started here about 7 years ago and just began working in the support team and have been here ever since. Found an interest in controls while working here.
Yeah, nice. And so was this back when Bill was still in the motorcycle gang? Because we all know that Bill was the original inspiration for that TV series Sons of Anarchy, right? So
It was way back in that day.
yeah, it was back in the day. So okay, so did you have to ride a Harley to work, or he let you just drive a car?
He let me drive a car.
Very
I don't know
good.
if he trusts me on a Harley.
So had you done lighting or HVAC controls work before, or was this a brand new endeavor for you?
This is brand new for me.
Wow. Well, we're trying to attract more people. One of the trends we follow on Control Trends is we just got to get more really good people into the industry. So, I mean, for people out there who maybe don't have a background in it, what was it like, and sort of what was the path? And, Bill mentioned you do a lot of work on your own to get educated, but it sounds like if you're motivated and you want to learn it, this is an industry you can sort of hit the ground running in.
Yeah, I mean, just being motivated and able to jump in and learn things. So it's been great, a huge learning process along the way.
Yeah, well, cool. So what do you like? What do you like best about this industry?
I enjoy working with the customers.
Yeah, so it's the people that I've met in the past that are really good at technical support, especially our people at Stromquist at the distributor level. I mean, it's kind of personal, right? I mean, they get to know the people and they like them, and and you sort of develop relationships with them in terms of really caring about them. Have you found that to be true in your case?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's definitely what makes us successful is the relationships that we have with our customers and that they know that we're here for them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, so what does it take to be a great technical support person?
I think really just being a great listener, listening to customers and the ability to, show them, help resolve their problems and show them how easy it really is.
So, now Blue Ridge is up for a bunch of awards. Now Bill's up for a couple of awards too. One of them is the PID Award, which is passion, integrity, and dedication. And the other is Executive of the Year. So for our voting Control Trends community out there, look at them. What should they know about Bill? The true story.
The true story about Bill. He is,
Go ahead.
I wasn't prepared for that one.
Oh, this is going on camera for sure. What should they know about Bill?
Oh,
What?
he's sitting over there.
I'll leave the room. It's okay.
What's he like to work for? Because
he's great to work for. I can say for everybody here at Blue Ridge, we definitely enjoy working for him. He always listens to us. That's one thing he listens to our opinions and takes them into consideration. He's always fair and honest. And he's a man of his word.
Yeah. You know what? And that just goes such a long way in this industry. Bill has a reputation being in the industry as a guy that, if he tells you he's going to do something, it's going to happen. And that really, in the turbulent times we're in, goes a long way, I think. So
I think it does too.
Yeah. So,
So
Christie, any final words before we hop off?
thank you for nominating me for the Controltrends Awards. I'm excited to be a nomination.
Well, hope we'll see you in Las Vegas. So, Christie, thanks so much.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, Bill, man. Thanks for introducing Christie, man. She is awesome, off the chain. Like I say, our people love her. They rave about her. I think everybody else does too. So good luck to Christie. And Bill, good luck to you guys. And thank you again for your sponsorship. Come to the 2016 Control Trends Award in Las Vegas. Is where all the cool kids are going to be playing. Hang out with Bill Dunkleberger and Christie and the rest of the crew. And Bill, thanks again, buddy.
Well, thanks. And thanks to the Control Trends audience. You've been too kind in nominating us again this year, and we really appreciate your support and your business. Thank you very much.
Control office. Tell me about your new platform.
Well, when we were talking, got together down at Niagara, we were talking about how we were going to be more modular in nature. So I wanted to just give a progress report to the community here. When we were down in New Orleans, we talked about AOs and dimming outputs and low voltage is where we were pretty focused, and now we're moving the line voltage section of the platform. And if you look there, that's what we call an R04, which is for mechanically latched relays, 30 amps, 120, 277 on a DIN rail system. So we think this is going to take cost out and size down in weight. It also, as we spoke about in New Orleans, going to allow you to buy what you need rather than what I think you need. So
gets back to this whole idea of open again, right?
Right, where I don't decide what your I/O mix is, you do. The kind of neat thing about this is there's your controller. That's same power, same memory as what you're using in Blue Ridge products today. That's 3.5 inches long versus 11.25 inches, and it's about half as narrow. Then you have, this is a new one coming in the lineup, which is called an AU48. It's 4 analog outs and 8 universal inputs. And we think that that's the golden ratio in lighting control. In the DDC of lighting control, when you're got to think about you need to do occupancy and daylight harvesting, so you got 2 sensor inputs. And generally, your switches, which we call stations, are communicating and addressable, so they don't take an I/O point. So,
very cool.
So you can mix and match these. This larger one here, we make a product called a retrofit kit, and you used to have to know what you were retrofitting and then choose a product. So if you were doing a GE relay system, you had a specific set of I/O cards. This is a universal driver, and it has 16 universal drivers, which in the last 20 years, I can't think of a lighting relay that this won't drive. And it also has built-in status. And
Very cool.
So this is where we're headed. I think that right now the retrofit kits are out there and available. Some of the products have the new controller in it. We're going to work on our power supplies so that they're an integral part. So you can have a line voltage power supply. You don't always have to have a transformer. So I just wanted to give a little update to the community about where Blue Ridge is headed with the products.
Well, it's very, very cool. And where can I get more information? What's the best website address?
www.brtint.com, and then hit the products tab.
There you go. And we're fond of saying if you're down in Atlanta, just come see y'all.
That's right. Stop in. Give us a shout.